Hi, this is Marie from Learn English and Practice, and today we are going to do Advanced Vocabulary Builder lesson number 4. So we'll go through 10 words and review their definitions and some practice sentences. Let's hop in. Listen to me first. Soporific, repose, ubiquitous, assuage, analogous, night, envisage, forsake, affinity, ilk. First, soporific. This means tending to induce drowsiness or sleep. So it's a sleep-related word. And it's an adjective. Some examples are, the professor's soporific lectures often put his students to sleep. I know I've seen that a couple of times in classes that I've observed, and it's always a little funny. Next, we have the sound of the rain was soporific and helped the baby fall asleep. Next word is repose. This means a state of sleep or tranquility, and it's a noun. Some sentences are, the hiker took a moment to repose on a boulder and enjoy the view. Also, the cat spent most of the day in repose on the windowsill. I know when I had cats, they sure did, just laying there. Next, we have ubiquitous, and this means present, appearing, or found everywhere. Those who are religious might say the presence of God is ubiquitous. I've heard it in that context quite a bit. And it is an adjective. Some examples are the internet has made information ubiquitous and easily accessible, and the scent of fresh baked bread was ubiquitous in the small town. Next, we have assuage. And this means to ease or pacify. It's a verb. Some examples are the apology did little to assuage her hurt feelings, and the medicine helped assuage the patient's pain. So, to make feel better. Next, we have analogous. This means comparable in certain respects, typically in a way that clarifies the nature of the things compared. It's an adjective. So it's a way of saying something is very similar to something else. Some sentences are, the structure of an atom is analogous to a miniature solar system. And the relationship between a conductor and an orchestra is analogous to a coach and a sports team. Next, we have night. The definition here is really long because it has multiple meanings. Let's go through them. So first, knight means a man who served his sovereign or lord as a mounted soldier in armor. So it's a historic word. It comes from the Middle Ages. When you think of those men in shiny silver metal suits, that's what we're referring to there. Next meaning is a man awarded a non-hereditary title by the sovereign in recognition of merit or service. So it is a kind of an honorific title. I know Elton John has the title of knight, and for that reason, he's called Sir Elton John, though most people aren't that formal. And then lastly, it's to invest someone of the title of knight. So, for example, the King of England could knight someone by giving them that title. Some sentences include, the boy dreamed of becoming a knight and serving the king. And the knightly code of honor demanded chivalry, courage, and loyalty. Next, we have envisage. And envisage means to form a mental picture or image of something. It's a verb. So it's like to think of something and visualize it. Some sentences are, I envisage a world where everyone is treated with respect and kindness. And the architect envisaged a modern and functional building for the city center. Next word is forsake. And this means to abandon or to give up or renounce. And it's a verb. So it has a very negative connotation. It's basically the decision to get away from something. Some sentences include, the man vowed never to forsake his family or his principles. And The hiker decided to forsake the safety of the trail and explore the rugged terrain. Next word is affinity. And the meanings are a spontaneous feeling of closeness, and then also a similarity of characteristics suggesting a relationship. So it can mean to just feel really close to something and really, really like something. And it could also mean that there's a relationship between two people or two things that is in some way close. Some example sentences are: he had an affinity for music since childhood and could play multiple instruments. And also, the couple shared an affinity for hiking and spent every weekend exploring nearby trails. Next, we have ilk. Very short word, right? The meaning of this is a type or kind of people or things. It's a noun. So I would refer to my community as my ilk. The sample sentences are: the writer belonged to the same ilk as Hemingway and Faulkner. And I would take that as a compliment. And then the second sentence is: the restaurant served greasy fast food, typical of its ilk. So let's review these words one last time. Soporific, repose, ubiquitous, assuage, analogous, night, envisage, forsake, affinity, ilk. Great job today. This is a series, so if you want to see more videos like this, please subscribe. And I'd love to hear from you in the comments. I will put playlists down below. Thanks so much. Bye.